Whether you're new to the Call of Duty franchise or you've been playing this series for a long time, one thing that we all have in common is we want to be a better player. In this video today, I'm going to give you some tips that's going to help improve your gameplay immediately, and it's coming up right now. Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Graybeard Gamer. If it's your first time here, this channel is dedicated to tips and strategy to help you become a better Call of Duty player. So if it's your first time here, consider subscribing. Without any delay, I want to jump right into these tips because these tips are going to make you a better player. If you're watching this video, you obviously want to become a better player at Cold War. But wanting to and doing are two different things, and that's why you need these tips to help you improve. The first thing I want to talk about today, guys, is very, very simple, but it's something you have to train yourself to do, and you have to learn how to evaluate your gameplay. Understand where you've made mistakes so that you can avoid them in the future. One of the most common things I see across the board are players making the same mistakes repeatedly, whether it be dying multiple times because they're doing the same thing, or engaging in gunfights that they have no business engaging in and have a very small chance of winning. You have to be able to evaluate that by going into theater mode and watching your gameplay back. If you had a good game or a bad game, go in and see where you died and how you died. If you notice, there's a pattern to the way you die multiple times in this game, and you will be able to eliminate those mistakes, whether it be engaging multiple enemies when you can't win that gunfight or anything else. But you need to learn how to evaluate your own gameplay. And that segues very nicely into tip number 2. When you're in the middle of a match, sometimes you get caught up in the revenge factor and trying to kill the guy that killed you. Maybe you know where he's at. Maybe you feel like you have an easy kill on your hands. So we find ourselves repeatedly going back to the same place, trying to take that enemy out. And oftentimes it leads to multiple deaths. Don't chase your enemies. Don't chase down the guy that tried to kill you or the guy that did kill you. You want to make sure that you're methodical and you flank as much as possible. If you have to go back and try to get that guy, take the long route, the one that he's not expecting, so that you can come up on his flank and take him out. If he's posted up on a head glitch, you're just feeding him kills. The last thing you want to do is let him get his score streaks. So be smart about it. If you absolutely have to go after this player, make sure that you take a flank route. In order to improve in Cold War, you have to master the mental side of the game first. That's playing smart so that you can go on those longer kill streaks. And that brings us to our next tip. And the next tip is very simply play at a pace that's comfortable for you. A lot of times when you go on these score streaks, maybe you get bloodthirsty and you start to play a little bit faster and a little bit faster, and you start taking shortcuts and you stop checking corners and you stop checking doorways and you stop checking head glitches. That's when you're going to get the careless deaths that are so frustrating and prevent you from being the player that you want to be. So make sure that whatever pace you're playing at, it's comfortable for you, and you're still doing the little things like checking the corners, checking head glitches, checking doorways that are going to keep you alive longer and allow you to go on those longer kill streaks. Speaking of kill streaks, let me know in the comment section down below what your longest kill streak is. And that's going to bring us to our last tip today, guys. And really, it's all about the mental game today. You want to focus on staying alive as long as possible. That sounds simple and it sounds like, well, that's common sense. But the reality is we take a lot of unnecessary risks. Focus on staying alive. If that means retreating from a gunfight and hiding behind cover so that you can heal up a little bit, or running away from a gunfight so you can stay alive longer, I promise you the kills are going to come. You're going to get your opportunity to go on those long kill streaks, but not if you continue to die over and over again. So make your focus about staying alive as long as possible. And sometimes that means you can't jump right on an objective like the B flag in domination. But focus on staying alive longer, taking cover so that you can go on those longer kill streaks. I promise you the gameplay will be much more satisfying to you. That's bringing us down to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you smack that like button. And again, if it's your first time here, consider subscribing to the channel. We have lots of tip videos coming up. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.